Hi everyone, welcome back. So you guys know I love good tools, and so I thought you guys would enjoy me posting a weekly video to show you guys my favorite tools. And so today we're taking a look at the best heavy duty scissors that I could find. I did a lot of searching for when you need to cut fabrics, papers, cardboards, boxes, CK scissors, my lifetime supply, plus one for my dad. For actual daily use tasks in the video, I show loads of examples of like cutting seat belts in an emergency and that kind of thing. They're just short. So if you need to cut a huge piece of fabric, then this isn't really the ideal tool. All of these are about 10 to 11 inches, 24 centimeters-ish, give or take. A little bit on the plasticky side, so they don't have any rubber or anything on them. Of course, you could add some rubber if you wanted to. Slightly more oriented towards right-handed users, but also works for left-handed users. These are totally ambidextrous. The only one of these three that has a spring. This is fine. I mean, I can totally use this. It just feels like it wants to slip out of the hand a little bit more, just because you don't have this thing going all the way around a thumb. Fiskars do make specific left-handed user ones. So these are the right-handed ones, the W11TM, and then the W10TM. Now there's also a W10T. That one doesn't have the metal going all the way through. So with these, the metal or the tang of the blade goes all the way through to the back here. Same goes for this one, goes all the way to the back. That's fantastic. It means that you're pressing on the metal, you're not putting pressure on a plastic piece that could snap. With the Fiskars, it only goes to about there. That's where the metal goes to, and I checked that with a magnet. And then over here, the metal, it literally ends right there. You can see where that ends. And so the Fiskars, yeah, it cuts beautifully. And let's see the length of cut that I can do in one go. Opening my hand as much as I can comfortably open. So the Fiskars will do a much longer cut. Sort of plastic and 2 layers of cardboard on there. And it's actually surprisingly difficult to cut. With the beginning of the scissors, all of these are going to do that. So I can actually move my hands onto there just to get more pressure. It's not going through any further. 10 TM. Almost right the way to the end. With the 11 TM, even just right with the tip, it will cut right through that. The shape of the handle allows you to get more powerful press on it. So 8 layers of this stuff, 11 TM, 10 TM. Having a hard time at the tip there. Fiskars. No, so I'd have to release and then do that again. 2 layers of cardboard should be fine for all of these. Really difficult. Just about good enough. 11 TM. 6 layers with the 11 TM. 10 TM. If I move my grip to that, still won't get through. Not getting through. Let's now just see if we can still cut a single sheet of fabric nicely. So the fabric is sort of getting stuck between the blades. They still are holding up pretty well for fabric use, for just a single piece of fabric. Got stuck there just a little bit. It's good, but sometimes it wants to separate a little bit more. So the Fiskars, it did retain the edge really well. So these are still fantastic. It's losing metal. The metal is wearing down. It's no longer super sharp. That's a bummer. They're making this with metal, and that sucks. It's got micro serrations on the edge, just like with this one. Grip the material so it doesn't slip out. Both the straight edge and the micro serrated edge, they are wearing down from this thick material. By the way, these ones on our microscope are still fantastic after several weeks of use, and these are the main ones that I've been using. I'm going to cut the crap out of this. And I'm cutting cardboard with this because that's a very tough material for blades to handle. It's very abrasive on blades. So this should be a really good test to see how much this can stand up to. So at the moment, I'm not noticing any lack of sharpness yet, at least for the cardboard cutting. Yeah, it's holding its edge really, really well. So that's fantastic. Several layers of fabric, no problem. Okay, if you're squeamish, look away. Here we go, it's coming, it's coming. And there we go. That's my blood. I was just cleaning off the Fiskars to show you guys the edge on them, and then I cut myself. Basically, they still have a razor edge on them even after that cardboard test, and after quite a bit of use at home here as well. It's almost a factory edge. It's it may have some slight wear on it. There's some some places where I don't know, there's some dirt and stuff. Maybe I cut some tape with it. And I wish I could show you guys this as clearly as I can see it. And with all of these, we're looking at the edge from the direction of the inside of the blade, basically where the two blades meet. And that's the flat side, and that's the side that has to remain flat in order for us to call it sharp. Got a noticeable lack of sharpness. Hopefully you guys can see that difference in the video, but we've got some chipped, at least one chipped tooth, one damaged tooth. I've not been cutting any metal or anything like that. One of the teeth is basically sheared off, sort of. The flat area that should continue all the way to the edge doesn't. It rounds off. It becomes rounder, whereas it wasn't like that when it was new. And that's why at the beginning of the video we were able to cut the thin fabric, and at the end of the video we weren't able to cut the thin fabric. And it has decreased in sharpness along the entire length of the blade. The other blade, which has no serrations on it, that also has some damage to it, which wasn't there when it was new. So here I've gone in closer to try and show you guys what I'm seeing. The edge of the blade is curving because material's being removed. In some places it is quite flat. But in this example here, the tip is a tip. But you can see the darker area at the front there. That's where the flat area of the blade, which should remain flat in order for both blades to meet at the tip, curves outwards, which means that the two blades no longer meet at the tip. W10TM from Wiss. This is looking a little better, but not quite as good as the Fiskars. So here we can look at the edge. We have some damage, and we've got some rounding off. The closer we go to the tip, the more damage we have. Back to the Fiskars quickly, just so you guys can see the difference. And then here we're taking a look at the little CK scissors. And we can see that the flat goes all the way to the edge. On this side of the CK scissors, we have more of a razor edge. It's a sharper point. And again, even though these have been used a lot, we're still seeing a very, very sharp edge. Okay, I think that ought to do it. So then here back to the thin fabric. Super, super sharp, no problem. It's just right up to the tip, super, super, super sharp, perfect. And obviously we'll still cut a bunch of layers together if you wanted to. Absolutely perfect, no loss of sharpness with the cardboard. 2 thumbs up the butt from me. So here a quick test with 6 layers just to compare to what I did with the other scissors. Even holding them like this, I'm able to get a little bit of the way through the 6 layers. If I hold it like this, which is more similar to the grip of the Wiss, getting through those 6 layers really well. This will still do the same job as the Wiss and won't lose sharpness over time, at least nowhere near as quickly as the Wiss is losing sharpness. Will cut through thick materials pretty well as well, especially if you move your hand to this kind of grip. And the only thing is they won't cut a long strip as well as this, obviously just because they're smaller. As I show in my video, this will get through 8 layers of this, about as well as this will. So go for one of each of these. They hold their edge really well. One for super tough materials, one for lighter materials and longer cuts. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this useful and interesting. If you want to support this channel, you can get yours from the links down below from Amazon or eBay, and I will super thank you for that. I will have links to all of this stuff that I mentioned down below, and my video about the microscope and my video about these. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.